NASCAR Xfinity is better than the Cup Series. The racing is better, there's more on-track action and post-race drama, and it's more affordable for in-person spectators. These aren't really opinions anymore, they are stone-cold facts. And after more late-race excitement in the Championship 4 clinching race at Martinsville this weekend, it looks like the race for the Xfinity Trophy could be more exciting than its big-money older sibling in the Cup Series. Let's quickly recap what's happened in the series so far this year. With last year's championship contenders Noah Gragson and eventual winner Ty Gibbs having moved up to the Cup Series, everyone could have seen that there would be hot competition for positions this year. Junior Motorsports drivers Sam Mayer and Justin Allgaier seemed the likely candidates from the Chevrolet corner, with John Hunter Nemechek representing Toyota, and Cup Series reject at Stewart Haas Cole Custer flying the flag for the Ford Blue Ovals. And despite a hotly contested year, those were the 4 drivers that came into the playoffs top of the point standings. In the playoffs, the same quadruple emerged from late chaos at Martinsville to make the championship round of 4 at Phoenix, and fended off a host of drivers who've been far from unimpressive themselves this year, including the likes of Daniel Hemrick and Austin Hill. Hill was especially hard done by at Martinsville, as his RCR teammate Sheldon Creed took rubbing his racing a bit too far, costing them both a shot at the win, and allowing Justin Allgaier to sneak past both drivers and punch their ticket to Phoenix by snatching the win, going from 3rd to 1st in a few hundred yards. And despite a lot of harsh words after the race between the RCR guys, the result set the Championship 4 ready for the season finale at Phoenix next week, which I'm excited to say I'll be attending to cover all the big breaking stories. And right now we're going to preview NASCAR's most exciting series' most exciting race of the year. Each one of the Championship 4 are capable and versatile drivers, but their form seems to be wildly different in fortunes going into the Desert Duel. Mayer and Allgaier in the Junior Motorsports Chevrolet both won to lock themselves into the championship battle, but their rivals had to scrape their way in on points over the bubble in Martinsville. Nemechek and Custer were picked out of the wreckage of a last lap wreck, with Nemechek having clinched by the end of the second stage, but Custer was scored 19th to Austin Hill's 21st, bumping the RCR driver out of the playoffs despite the last minute wreck. And the tension between many drivers in the field is starting to reach boiling point, which could very much have a bearing on how people race each other on Phoenix's dog-legged circuit. Nemechek especially may have to watch out, after seemingly getting on the bad side of Joe Gibbs' teammate and Martinsville pole winner Sam Smith. Smith had led 147 laps in Martinsville and finished 3rd, but was shuffled out of the championship 4 by their teammate Nemechek choosing not to work with them throughout the race, not communicating on lane choices, and racing them just as hard as they would a non-teammate. That's the sort of thing you don't want to be doing headed into a 4-way winner-takes-all scenario battle for the championship, where your teammates potentially holding up the leaders for you or acting as a rear gunner block could be the difference between a championship or walking away empty-handed. Surely Mayer and Allgaier will be feeling good about their chances given the team's strong performance record in Phoenix, claiming the win, 3rd and 10th last year in March, and 2nd and 3rd in November. But they'll probably have to work together to overcome a strong field, as the season finale race will see a number of guest drivers making appearances. Probably most notably, and the one I'm looking forward to the most, is the driver getting a run in the Hendrick Motorsports number 17 car, Truck Series and iRacing star Rajah Caruth, who will be making their 13th Xfinity Series appearance of the year, having spent the year part-timing in the Alpha Prime Racing 44 and 45 cars. And this appearance, in a likely more competitive car, comes seemingly at the perfect time for Caruth, who matched their Xfinity career best 12 last week at Martinsville. So I'm sure many of you are curious to see where NASCAR's answer to Jan Mardenborough can place in Phoenix, a track they've had quite a bit of success at, despite a limited number of appearances so far in their career. And they aren't the only driver hoping to enjoy a little bit of success in the sun, as the familiar face of JJ Yeley will take the hot seat in the 8 car as the first fan-controlled NASCAR entry. Now I'm not really sure what this means, and neither does the internet apparently. It's supposedly some form of, quote, interactive control, but if it's a way of getting all the armchair fans to finally get their way with the race car strategy choices, then I can't wait for a real-life Lightning McQueen no tires just gas up on the last lap, just because some dude was getting more Cheetos instead of watching the race. But the potential for a crazy result is perhaps lower than you might think. Phoenix is a hard track to pass at, and it's even harder to make passes stick as the track cools and the sun sets, with grip levels wildly fluctuating and the pressure mounting as the laps tick by. The key to success will be earlier in the weekend, as all 3 championship races in Phoenix last year were won by the pole sitters. Out of the championship 4, it's Nemechek who's performed best at Phoenix so far in 2023, claiming 6th earlier in the season, while Mayer was 11th, Custer 12th, and Allgaier 36th. So things are obviously set up for me to be completely wrong come Saturday, as someone probably drives from last to first to win it all, as somebody seemingly out of the equation, like Riley Herbst or Parker Kligerman, will inevitably end up having the most important hand to play. However the race goes, it looks set to be a great conclusion to a brilliant season of NASCAR's most competitive series, and I'll be in the stands cheering my lungs out. Who are you rooting for to take the Xfinity Championship? Let me know down in the comments. And if you enjoyed that video, remember to hit like, subscribe, and the link down below where you can have your say on what content I cover next. But as always, I'd like to say thank you very much for watching, stay safe out on the road, and I'll see you next time.
Earnhardt Jr. takes it. Lewis Hamilton, champion of the world.
Ewan Kankin, 4 times title holder.